10:21 p.m. Friday, October 29th. Lit a prayer candle. My prayers are done for the day, but I like to light the candle anyway. Chilling with Mikey, who's going to bed soon. But got to get this done. It's Friday, October 29th, 2021. And this is 152 days later. A sobriety vlog. More spooky stories tonight. More spooky stories tonight. Ugh, don't get old. God bless us all, everyone. And now, our show. My name is Joe, and I'm an alcoholic. And I'm an addict. And I have a sense of smell right now that is just superhuman. I cooked dinner for Michael tonight. So the house was filled with the smell of bacon, beef franks, only the best, Nathan's beef franks. Thank you, Michael. And hamburgers. I have not eaten solid food since last Sunday afternoon. I eat tomorrow morning. During the week, I have 2 shakes every day, except for Monday. I just have coffee and water. If you've never fasted, I can tell you the honest truth. You will get an enhanced sense of smell. And you will get an enhanced sense of taste. After fasting, I have eaten just steamed green beans, nothing on them. And you will taste flavors in the green beans or in broccoli, whatever, that you've never tasted before. I highly recommend fasting. If it worked for Jesus, go ahead, give it a try. So, it's now 1:55 a.m. We've started 153 We have started 153 days later. But I'm here talking about 152 days later, which obviously I made it to the end with not drinking and, got a lot of stuff done. My staycation has been wonderful. What have you done? Not a fucking thing. Nothing. I have slept and I have caught up on sleep and I have loved every moment of it. And I'm just looking at myself in the screen there and I'm like, damn, I look pretty good. I'm not, making shit up. I can tell my complexion, between the fasting and all the stuff, eating healthy and all that. Oh, hell yeah. But I want to keep in line with the Halloween theme and telling spooky stories. So I'm going to tell 2 tales tonight, both true. One basically is who just walked by me in the church when there was no one there. And the other one is going to be what the fuck just jumped up and down on my chest. So let me play some clips of me cooking and my bedhead and my, and we'll come back and I'll tell you 2 stories that just for Halloween amusements, just to keep with the Halloween spirit. So we'll be right back. Oh, this may be the most epic bedhead yet. Oh, gorgeous. Hey, everybody. How we doing today? It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Even though I didn't work this week, I'm happy it's Friday. Here's my sleeping Hulk. Oh, he's sleeping. Friday night cooking for Mikey is already in full swing. We got the onions cooking up. We've got bacon. Come on, man. Damn. We got some delicious bacon cooking up. We've got the hot dogs broiling. Then we're going to have the hamburgers cooking. And then we're going to puree it all. Yeah, Mikey comes first. I haven't even eaten this week. I don't eat until tomorrow. That's okay. I have one more shake to have for this Friday night. I hope everyone's having a blessed Friday night. God bless us all. Everyone. Bacon is done. The burgers are cooking. The hot dogs are done. And the fiber base, I guess that's what I can call it. That's onion, garlic, mushroom, rice, cauliflower, green olives, seasoning, spices, all that good stuff. So after it's all done, it gets the old puree treatment and then put away for consumption. Mikey's over there. We're watching some TV, listening to some doom metal. Mikey's chilling. There's Spotify, Facebook. I'm going to work on some of my guitars. Hope everyone's having a great evening. And we're back. So the first story I want to tell is about a time when I used to work for the church. This wasn't actually that long ago. Within the last decade. And on Tuesday nights, we had prayer group. So after prayer group, and the prayer group was led by the deacon and his wife. And the deacon's wife was just, she was in charge of the arts and environment in the church. She wasn't paid for it, all volunteer. And she put in more work volunteer than anyone who was paid. And was not appreciated for it. But I don't want to go there. But she could also be a pain in the ass. But I love her. So prayer group ends usually between 10:30, and that's in the ministry building, which is right across from the church. So after we lock up the ministry building, we go to lock up the church, and I accompany her because I'm not going to let her go alone. So we're in the church locking up, and while she's putting out the lights and all the stuff in the main body of the church, I'm in the bathrooms because you got to go in each bathroom and go, anybody in here? We're locking up because we have locked people inside before. And you do that once and you learn to check. And you can check one, no one's in there. Go to check the other one and someone fucking snuck the ass in the other one that you had just checked. When you walk into the church, it's like the shape of a baseball field, with home plate being the tabernacle all the way up front, which is a decent long, a decent length walk. So on this side of the church, coming down on this side and this side, you have the baptismal font, and then you have the sound room, and the sound room has all the lights. On the other side, you have the choir, where the choir, sits and all that stuff. So she had turned out all the lights. I get back from checking the bathrooms, and there's this one little exit light that stays on above us, and barely lit. You can see shit. The church at night, once you turned the lights off, was pretty spooky. Even though it was a church, you're in this big, dark building, and you're like just telling yourself, you're in a church, you're safe, there's angels here, just stop being paranoid. And often I would use the light on my phone to just shine down on the floor and just walk myself out. So I go there, and she's looking all the way up the aisle towards the altar. And I said to her, what are you doing? She goes, somebody's up there. She goes, I think someone's up there. I think I saw someone. I think I heard somebody. So I call out. I said, anybody up there? We're locking up. Nothing. But now I'm thinking I hear something too. So, she's a little worried. And you never know what people are doing, because not everyone that goes into a church is going there for the good intent of saying a fucking prayer. Or even a prayer. Yeah, some of them are doing it. Some of them want to go in there for a different kind of job that's not a prayer job. And they better thank God I never caught their fucking asses. Because they go out the easy way. Right through the fucking roof. So I said, let me go check. I'll go check. You stay here. So I'll walk all the way down. And it's a long walk. Now the church holds 1,200 people. 1,500 standing. And it did 1,500 standing every Sunday at noon for the Spanish Mass. I get all the way down by the altar and I'm like, anybody there? Hello, we're locking up. We need to, if anyone's here, it's okay. Just say it, say your final prayers. Let's get out of here. Nothing. It's pitch black. The only thing up by the altar is a candle inside of a red tube on either side of the tabernacle, and they stay lit 24 hours a day. And that doesn't give off no light. So as I'm standing there, now I'm just a few feet away from the choir where you walk by. That's another aisle. So there's an aisle, and then the aisle, where everyone lines up to receive communion on Sundays during Mass. And something walks by me. Somebody walks by me. But there's nobody there. But this is the sound you hear. The sound of keys that would make hanging off of someone's belt as they walk past. So there's literally absolutely nobody there. And I hear this walking by me slowly. And the sound fades like someone walking away. And I go back over to the deacon's wife and I said, "Did you just hear that?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "But," she goes, "Yeah, there was nobody there." And we just looked at each other and kind of laughed. Says, "Well, not only the living come and pray." And that's the truth. So that's my first story. The second story involves an old friend that I haven't talked to in decades. Now, this is in the 90s. I was not a church-going person. We never were growing up. Absolutely never were. I had to go to CCD every Wednesday, and I fucking hated it. Everything that was done with me religiously was done against my will, and that was, and my parents just did it because that's what they felt had to be done. There was no going to church with them either. We didn't go to church on Sundays, The only time you heard Jesus' name, he was given a middle name, which I'm not going to say right now. I say it often enough, but I don't want to say it right now. So my pagan ass don't know shit. And this is me drinking myself, the beginnings of me drinking myself into oblivion and eating myself well into oblivion, which my entire life was eating myself into oblivion. But now it had married the drinking to really, put the screws to life. And I'm talking to a friend. Let's call him JT. And I had known him from high school, and we both loved all the same sci-fi shit, and we loved comic books. So I call him up every now and then. We talk, on a Wednesday night when the new comics came out. Did you read this? Holy shit. This is when comic books were still good and worth talking about. Now, a comic book's worth you pay $4.99, $5.99, and you think, well, I could have gotten more toilet paper for that, and both of them deserve to be wiping my ass with, right? Not good, the state of the comic book industry. Not that all of them are bad, but not good. So we're talking comics, and it's late at night. It's like after 10, closing in on 11, like 10:45. And he's got a little brother, and I keep hearing the little brother like talking and, giggling in the back. I said, "What's your brother doing at this time of night?" He goes, "Oh, he's playing with his little friend." I said, "During the week? He's got someone doing a sleepover?" He goes, No. It's not a person." "What do you mean it's not a person? What is it?" Well, my grandmother's village from Italy, they had these little furry creatures lived in the village. He's dead serious. He's dead ass serious. Yeah, and this used to be my grandmother's little friend, but now it likes my little brother. Oh, okay. But, every now and then it scratches him and stuff. Now, I don't know nothing then. Now I know what that would be. And I'd be going at it hardcore with the fucking holy water and divine mercy. So my stupid ass starts making fun of this thing over the phone. I'm like, "Oh, you got a fucking evil Ewok?" I named it the evil Ewok. And I'm making fun of this thing like up and fucking down, left and right. And he's like, "You really shouldn't do that." And I'm like, what's it going to do? It's a fucking Ewok, right? I'll kick it into a fucking tree. So I wake up the next morning. It's really early. It's not the time I would normally wake up. as I would usually wake up at about 3 o'clock to start my day. I wake up and I'm paralyzed. And I'm laying on my back like this in bed. And there's this small, furry, fucking evil looking creature jumping up and down on my fucking chest like it's a trampoline. Like this mother, like an old Bugs Bunny cartoon when Bugs Bunny would jump on somebody and drive him into the dirt. This fucking thing's doing a number on me. And I'm paralyzed. And I'm not a person of faith at that time. And one thing I'll say is, and I'm sure you've all kind of picked up on this, I am a stubborn, absolutely Italian from New York, stubborn motherfucker. If you see the Hulk all over the wall, my entire life has been patterned on that character. So, yeah. So literally, this becomes my face in the fucking bed. And I shit you not, this happened. This fucking happened. And as I'm paralyzed like this, and this fucking thing is just jumping up and down on the center of my chest, my right arm, like going through fucking dried concrete, is slowly, by force of fucking will, coming up and going for this motherfucker's throat. Now, it's right here where the mic would be. Right when I'm at its fucking neck, the fucker disappears and I fucking jump up. The first thought in my head is, did this really happen or did I have a dream? If that's not your first thought naturally, you're crazy. So the first thought in my head is, did this fucking just happen? And immediately, another thought answers my head. My dog slept across the room on the couch. See what the dog's doing. If she's still sleeping like there's nothing going on, then nothing. I had a nightmare. So I look up and she's on the couch like this. Like, whoa, oh, you know, holy shit. And yeah, so I called him back later that night and I was literally telling him what happened. I'm basically apologizing to this thing, apologizing to him saying, I am so sorry I called this thing in Iraq. It was wrong. I will never do that again. Don't come and jump on my chest. And that fucking happened. Yeah. So that's my story of what the fuck was just jumping up and down on my chest. There's shit in this world. Remember, you know, at one point during the Mass, when they're praying during the Eucharist part of the Mass, I forget what they call it right now, it's not off the top of my head. They say God is God of the seen and the unseen. There's a lot of unseen things out there that I don't think we really want to see. So you could either think I'm crazy or be just as holy shit. And that's kind of today's story. We've gone 13 minutes. I hope the audio hasn't fucked up because that'll piss me off. So I'm going to end it here. Tomorrow night will be, whose reflection was that in the door? All right, everybody. I love every one of you. I'm going to wrap it up quick. God bless you all. God keep you all, your friends, your family. Live, you know, like St. Padre Pio says, pray, hope, don't worry. If you pray, hope, don't worry, you're going to live long and prosper like a Vulcan. Come back tomorrow for 153 days later. A sobriety vlog or a spooky Halloween story vlog lately for 2 more nights. And like Tiny Tim always says, God bless us all, everyone. Now I'm really going to go do something scary. I'm changing the strings on my 7-string guitars, and one of them's a fucking Floyd Rose. That's really frightening.